Good evening, everybody. Brenda. Good evening, everybody. I'm hoping that whoever would like to join me, join me. The link is at the top of the chat. Click on it and go. TJ. Want to say hello to Brenda? Huh? Say hello to Brenda. Say hi, Brenda. Go ahead. Mia, say hi to Brenda. Yeah, that's a good girl. You've been fed, you've been out. So now it's time for you to go lay down. Go rest. Go rest your tired bones. Yeah. Hey, Lance, how you doing? I don't know if he's got a microphone or not. That's the problem. I can't hear you. No audio. Don't you have audio on your computer? You go down to the bottom and you switch where you're getting your audio from.
Okay, so
All right, now I heard you.
okay, I switched to my webcam. Okay, cool.
In fact, you know what? That's much better than you've been before.
Yeah, I'm on my other machine too. I'm on my machine with my camera.
Okay.
My nicer machine, I use my wireless headphones, and I'm charging those right now. How are you doing? A lot of ice
And
back
hanging
there.
in here.
You
Me
got
and
some
I are
big.
just behaving ourselves for the most part.
Good. Got a ton of ice behind you.
We got a Coast Guard ship late this morning, and I posted that.
All right, and you flew the flip.
No, no. Hey, Dominic.
Good afternoon and good evening.
Good
Hey,
day.
Dom.
Good morning to you.
Yep, it's Australia Day morning here. Sunday morning, it's starting to warm up again. Another hot day tomorrow. 85 today, 108 tomorrow, and 75 on Tuesday. So it just goes up and down.
Up and down, huh?
Strange weather. Yep.
Hey, Brenda.
Hello to everybody in the chat. So how is everybody?
Good, Dominic.
We're
How are
doing
you?
okay. Lance survived pizza night.
I did.
Yeah.
Boy, it was the best pizza. I told you my predicament yesterday. I don't know if
Yeah,
Dominic heard that.
you didn't have the normal dough that you usually use.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the dough that we used, same brand and everything, but they were the little balls, and made a huge pizza. pizza was about that thick. It was good. It was a
Good.
little different.
Well, you know, sometimes it's good to switch it up a little bit, not much. but
Oh,
a little bit.
definitely.
That's what Dominic's always told me.
Oh, definitely. I always, whoa.
You got to switch it up every once in a while, you know?
Oh, as I said, definitely. You got to switch it up. You don't want to get too bored with anything. It's always good to have different toppings. Yeah, you start off at the dough, you put your tomato paste on, and then you just pick randomly from there. Olives. And
Yeah.
I'm an anchovy fan, so that's going to annoy people.
I like anchovies.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
know,
I
but
don't know how much I
there are
like
going to be some
tomato
people that won't
paste.
agree with that comment. But yeah, anchovies, olives, onions, sometimes ground beef, mincemeat. And then you just go from there, and they're the major staples, and then you just work your way back from that, and say, okay, that you know, every other time, okay, maybe we'll have prawns on it this week. Maybe we'll have, seafood, and then you go from seafood to, chicken, beef, lamb, and then you have different, chili flakes or other condiments. So yeah, you change it up a bit.
East Coast Thrills likes anchovies.
Oh, good. So we got another anchovy eater.
I've never
Good
been an
to hear.
anchovy eater. Have you had anchovies on it, Lance, on your pizza?
I have, yes.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I like anchovies.
It's always a must for me. It is one of the not negotiables.
I don't know how much of a tomato fan I am, though.
Yeah.
I like
I
tomatoes.
like it done sparingly. Just a little bit of sauce, just to create that layer. Other than that, nothing. But just a very thin.
Do you like the heavy cheese on it?
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go with heavy cheese and different types of cheese too. You got your standard cheese, and then you have the bocconcini, which is the Italian cheeses, the mozzarellas, things like that. Yeah, you add cheese layers.
Oh, you pretty much like a cheese pizza.
Yeah, but as I said, I'll add. That's the second layer, because the first layer is a very thin part of tomato sauce, and then you layer it with cheese, and then you put your
Condiments
meats
on top of that.
Yeah, your meats. You can have cured meats, as in salami, prosciutto, capicola, and other Italian cured meats, or you can go the other way and have your standard, your ham, your pineapple, and all the other, lamb or chicken, beef. Hey, Joe.
What's up?
Hey, Joe. Good evening.
What's up?
Hey, Joe.
Glad to see somebody else in here.
Did you get out and fly, Joe?
I went out too far, but I never did.
Oh,
I wound up going to the grocery and getting a couple things I needed.
That's next on my agenda.
Lance is still having a microphone problem, so he's using the microphone on his camera on his. And
Yeah.
I think he sounds really good.
Don't take recommendations from Justin.
Yeah. And next thing you'll know, he's trying to fix my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Joe, do you eat anchovies on pizza?
Oh, hell no.
I don't either.
I don't put salty dead fish on my pizza.
Well, both Lance and Dominic have had anchovies on their pizza. and they
Yeah,
like
I'm the. I love anchovies.
That explains a lot.
I haven't mentioned a certain other condiment that goes on there as well. So
Don't
we'll
even
just
tell
leave
me
that.
Vegemite.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay,
even
Okay,
say
yeah, we'll just leave
Vegemite.
that alone. Yes, Vegemite. That's the
Hey,
way.
Brian.
Just a little bit of Vegemite on your pizza, huh?
Yeah, but you have Italian heritage, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna strip it from you. Put Vegemite on a pizza.
That's the other half of my heritage, Australia.
So you're Italian, Australian,
I'm
Hey, guys, I'll
an
be right back.
Australian-born Italian, first generation.
Australian born Italian. Okay.
Yeah, born in the same place as Vegemite was.
No, go.
Actually, just 20-minute drive down the road.
Go. You're not getting on it. You can't have this. They're trying to beg from me. I ain't gonna give it to them.
Now, are you riding on the train or the tram there, Dominic? Or
No, I'm actually in the car at the moment. I
okay,
forgot today was Australia Day, and the shop that I want to go, the supermarket that I want to go to, is opening an hour later.
okay. So it's Australia Day today.
Yep. Yep. 26th of January, where we have all our ceremonies and we have citizenship ceremonies today.
So what is it? Is it like a normal, regular holiday or what?
Yeah. Well, it is a holiday, but at the same time, it falls on a Sunday. So we get
So
a
the
public
banks aren't
holiday in
open.
lieu of tomorrow.
Banks aren't open and that kind of stuff on a Sunday.
Well, banks aren't open on a Sunday anyway, but
Right.
secondly, they won't be open tomorrow because if a public holiday falls on a weekend, we get
Oh, you get Monday.
we get the respective Monday off. Yep.
Joe's eating anchovies. I can see him. He almost gagged when I said that.
Oh, nice.
Now, what is
Very similar. Is that a well, you got the jalapenos. I had that for dinner.
jalapenos? Yeah.
Yeah, I had that with my dinner. Is that an egg or? Can't seem
Cheddar
to make that
cheese.
one.
It's cheddar cheese and queso cheese melted over
Oh,
chips
okay.
with jalapenos.
Over chips with
Nice.
jalapeno. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the only thing missing there, Dominic has pointed out, is the anchovies.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep them. Well, the cheese got cold fast. I'm about to go heat it up.
What a shame.
Hey, Don, Mudball.
Donald.
He saw you guys are talking about food. I can see Don kept popping in.
Yeah.
Don says that he likes simple nachos.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
I think what he's talking about is just the plain old nachos with cheese on top.
You've got to have some sort of
maybe some onion, on
salsa to go with it.
a salsa.
Yeah, it's got to be salsa.
These are simple. This just got, I wanted to get the regular cheddar cheese sauce, but they didn't have any. So I just got the queso and I mixed some cheddar cheese with it.
Okay. So you heat the cheese up over top of it. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I melted the cheese together, then I poured it over the top.
Okay.
What I was saying was that Joe was having some simple nachos, just chips with some cheese sauce and jalapenos. Simple
Yeah, that
nachos.
sounds nice and simple.
Yeah, I should have put some chili on it.
Yeah.
Well, now that
Like
would
a
be no
sriracha.
longer be simple, would it?
Right. I
Yeah,
wanted the
can understand
jalapenos
that.
more than I wanted anything else. We keep going to all these basketball games and everybody's eating nachos. It's kind of hard to take pictures and eat nachos at the same time.
Yep.
Now, did you see my comment earlier when you guys were talking about anchovies on pizza?
No.
Anchovies, jalapeno, and pineapple.
Oh, yeah, that's where you said anchovies on pizza is awesome.
Yeah, anchovies, jalapeno, and pineapple. It gives you heat, sweet, and salt all together. Those are the three flavors that play good together.
I don't
Yeah,
like the fishy taste.
Well, that just tells me you need to train your taste buds to be better.
Okay, I'm back. I know what happened there.
Lance must still be fighting with the stuff.
Well,
well, we lost Lance. Or he had to go.
I was hoping I can use just a simple lock mechanism for my door hinges, but it's not going to work. So I'm going to have to do a larger D hook,
Okay.
like D lock.
No.
A little bit larger mechanism on my door, but on the thing, but that's all right.
Now you put that on at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
After you get the carpet on and everything else.
Yes. So the carpet will go up underneath the flange here and
Yep.
it'll look nice.
So you've been working on that this weekend? Is that what you're working on?
That's what I'm doing today. I just took a piece of plywood and did a test run of just the lock itself to see if I get by with a smaller lock. Couldn't, so we'll just look for that. And it'll work. So now I marked up some stops. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out here soon. Find the saw, get it out and cut stops for the edges around the box
Around the
where the doors will set down on it.
Around the inside, okay.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like you might get that done by March.
Maybe.
March, April.
I'll have it done. The box will be done before the spring driving hits
Yeah, you don't want to be taking that out in the winter.
the swing. 40, mid 40s is the lowest I have taken out in and actually enjoyed it.
Right now, right now it's 29 degrees Fahrenheit.
Today is almost warm enough that I could take it out and drive it for a short distance and enjoy it. But
If you dress for it, right?
oh yeah, it's chilly. But throw on some. I got some gloves and where are my gloves? Did I bring those down here? Yeah, I got my bomber hat and some driving gloves.
You get your gloves yet, Paul?
Yes, they came today.
Yay, good to hear.
Flying gloves.
Well, what they have is in the fingers and the thumbs.
Yeah, it has a capacitive touch. Yeah, I saw them the other day when you were looking at them.
Yeah,
Have you gotten to use them yet?
I tested them just here on my cell phone, but they work fine.
good to hear.
I got 3 pair. One is probably the go-to one. Then the two other pair are like more of a cloth glove. They're probably still warm, but they're not weatherproof like the black ones. But see, I thought when I read it, I thought that all of the fingers were touch sensitive, but they're not. It's just the thumbs
Just
and the
the-
forefingers.
Well, that's all you really need.
Yep.
Hey, Paul. They're
Yeah.
showing that they have 3,000. Go away. Go. I'm not giving you anything else. Go. 3,000 troops at the border now, right?
Yep.
1,500 are Marines. And the group that brought them in was my son's Harrier group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, watch the news. And when they saw the Harriers, I said, that was you? He said, yep. He wasn't in on it. He wasn't there, but all his pilots went in with him.
Cool.
I said, well, that's something. Hey, his wife's freaking out now. Want to know if he's
His
gonna have to
wife's
go over there.
freaking out.
Want to know if he's gonna have to go over there. I'm gonna kick you. You better go. Go. I gave you stuff. Go.
Well, if they do send him over there, it'll just be on a temporary basis because they're gonna finish this whole thing up quick, I think.
I got a feeling that, they're gonna have some people that. We got a feeling they're gonna keep people there for a while.
Oh, you think so?
See, Jody's in there. He must be feeling better. He must not be talking to Frank.
Yeah, because he was doubled up.
Oh, Frank was here earlier. Yeah, stay away from Frank. Frank getting you sick. And then TJ.
Hey, TJ.
Hello.
I know you're not
Hello,
working. Come on.
hello.
Hello.
Come on. That was a funny scene.
Yeah, Brenda, we did. Lance dropped out for some reason, but he didn't say he was going. All of a sudden he was gone.
My dad used to tell me stories when I was growing up about the Three Stooges. And he said that most of the time, half of the stuff they did was unscripted. Well, our dad just started running with it.
I'll show you my gloves. You can do it. Ah.
I was going to stop and get pizza, but I said I'll just wait and get it for tomorrow. And well, I'll have pizza for the game.
These are the gloves that I'm probably going to wear the most.
Those were the cheap ones? Yeah.
See here.
Mm.
Okay. But it's not that, it's just the thumb and the forefinger.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, that'll work, won't it, Joe?
Mm. You only
All you
really
need.
need, you only need these two fingers.
These are the extra large and they're kind of tight on me because I got big paws anyway, but that's good though, you know.
Yeah, just those two. That's all you need, yeah. That to do that, and that to do that.
Hey, that's good advice. You only need these two fingers?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was worried. I'm getting ready to use a circular saw, and that's good advice.
Yeah.
Now here is the other gloves. They don't go up my wrist as far. But that's fine because they're tight, you know.
Mm.
I think I think this is touch gloves too. Yep. Yep. Actually, these gloves work thumb, first finger, middle finger.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Yeah, I give the middle finger a lot. Gotta have the middle finger.
Yeah, where these gloves, it's just the thumb, the forefinger, not the middle finger. These got three fingers that have the sensors in them. But they're a little bit smaller. For my big hands, you know. But they stretch on. The black ones, Joe, came in this fancy little thing with it that snaps closed.
Wow. That
But
was
here's
expensive one, I guess.
here's the same as the other black ones. And they're kind of small too. I think they're more like a girl size, but they stretch and you can get into them. Then
Paul's wearing girl gloves.
Yeah. See, these tips of the other sets of gloves, the tight ones, the black ones and these, they're black on the end and they got sensors. The other ones don't.
Yeah, they have the capacitive touch
Yep.
rubber. Yeah.
You got any gloves like that, Don?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any gold.
Don't have it.
Uh,
Don't have a use for them. Huh?
No, I don't.
Well, see, reason I bought them, Don, as you know, I like to go down and fly the ships in the wintertime.
Yeah,
And it is
you need them.
cold as hell down there.
Yeah, I've thought about getting some before, but I did not enough call for them.
See, they come in this little plastic and it's got snaps all the way around.
Oh, nice.
And it's a heavy plastic.
Yeah, Tino come running over to me barking when I got back from the kitchen. Like, what do you have now? He was eating his, I didn't eat your food, did I? He was eating his food, didn't offer me any. Got a call from my son Nick last night that's when he called me. I'm at the basketball game, right? So it's right in between periods. So I'm sitting there and I answer it and there's a lot of noise going on. I said, what? I could hear you for a second. He said, well, all right, good old basketball game. He goes, oh. He goes, just let you know when you see it on TV, that's the Ospreys that are from the Ospreys and his Harrier group is the same group. He said, they came from there.
Ah,
He said, I'm not there, but he said, I'm just telling you, I didn't have to go. I don't have to go. And I said, okay, just let me know what's going on. Then
yeah,
I
Brenda,
found out the
I
real
got
reason.
those on Amazon and they were really
Yeah.
kind of inexpensive.
Then I found out the real reason he called. He says, I heard you got a box with a brand new set of pots and pans from Wolfgang Puck. Those big heavy metal ones. I said, yeah. Unopened, you haven't used them. I said, yeah, I do. Why don't you give them to us? No. He said, give you $150 for them. I said, no. I said, eventually I will use them.
You probably won't, Joe, but you just don't want to do
No,
anything.
I'm not gonna use them. I'm not gonna use them in this apartment, but if I buy a house, that's gonna be my pots and pans. I'll pull them out. Cause like I said, I use the air fryer more than anything here. And I use the stove for a couple of things, but I have one pan I use, that's all I use.
Yeah, Jim says just when I go down there, make sure I put my gloves on. Well, I went down today and I used the gloves that I have, the tips of the fingers and the tip of the hollowed out. And I froze my fingers off again.
Found the ones that work for me the best, because I need the fingers open for the camera.
Yeah.
I've tried the touch ones, and it's like I said, it's just too thick. It messes up. I'll miss and hit something else. But I found the ones that work for me the best are the ones for diabetics.
Oh, really?
They've got a diabetic glove, got the fingertips out, but it's a thicker material, like a rubbery material. So it generates heat. And those are nice. But my fingers, I'll tell you, I have had those things on. I was at a Southeastern Nickel State game in Thibodaux, Louisiana. And I was so cold. I was taking a picture, putting my hand in my pocket, taking every time I took a picture. And the cheerleading group from Nichols and Southeastern, they ran over and they were giving me hand warmers to put in my gloves. And then at halftime, I was sitting over there and I was trying to find a place to get warm. They all come running over and put me in the middle and stayed around me to keep me warm. That was all right.
There you go, Brenda.
Can doing this more often.
Can you see that, Joe?
Yeah.
Brenda was asking about the gloves, and that's what I got today. I got this one and this one. This are the heavy duty ones.
Yeah.
And then these I got, you get 2 pair of gloves, the black ones, and then that colored ones. And these have 3 tips. The thumb, the tip there, and the tip here. And the price I thought was pretty good, like $11.99 for 2 pair.
Wasn't bad. Yeah, it really wasn't bad. Yeah, the ones, the thicker ones you bought, those only had 2 fingers, right?
Yeah, the forefinger, and it doesn't. Let me put it on and make sure.
What size did you buy?
Oh, extra large. These are extra larges.
Yeah.
I don't think this center finger works.
So you
No,
got large, you got double, you got large and double X? That's what you got?
yeah,
Oh, okay, they got large to the extra large. Yeah, two sizes.
let me
Yeah,
see.
those might, see, I don't know if those will work for me or not.
Well,
See,
I tell you, they're
I
really
don't have the touch
comfortable,
screen.
and they go up your wrist a little ways further than the other ones.
Yeah, I don't have the touch screen on my cameras to deal with because I don't have touch screens on the cameras.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, the buttons are so close together that little material presses both at the same time.
Yeah, see, here's what I got. I bought the uh black extra large. Extra
Yeah.
large men, then they have an XXL. But I didn't want them too sloppy, so I got the extra large.
Yeah.
They're windproof, water resistant, and all that. These are the ones here, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get out this edge.
And this is what I got right here was the men's extra large.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Look at that.
That's what I was going to ask you, Jim. What I've noticed is, my Tahoe, you looked at it. You know how the turn signal is on the side of the steering wheel. When I turn the turn signal on, like to go right, it puts the bright lights on. And then when I bring it back off, I click it and it comes back off again. Is there an easy fix for that, Jim, or what?
What's it doing?
Try
The
pulling the
The turn signal on the steering wheel is it's like that square box on
Yeah.
the side of the wheel for GM. And when I put it to the right to turn, because that also works this way to do the bright lights. When I turn it on, if I go to make a right-hand turn and push it up, it puts the bright lights on.
maybe try and pull it towards you, because what's happened is you probably activated the high beam. The high beam scenario, sometimes if you push it forward, that's when the high beams are activated.
Yeah, it might be pushed forward. Just
Yeah,
see if
so
you can pull
pull
it
it
back a little.
pull it back to the
That's
middle.
what I do. I ended up you know, turn the right hand turn on and let go of it, and it's the bright lights are on, and then I'll take and click on it a few times and it'll come off.
It must be sticking.
So I don't know if I spray something in there or what, an electronical
I
cleaner?
wouldn't spray nothing in there. Did you spill some of your Diet Pepsi in there?
No, no.
Okay.
But
It might be.
you gotta
It could be
remember that the
short.
car's got almost 300,000 miles on it.
Could be a short in it when you're moving it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's not an easy fix.
Probably
Well,
a very simple
I was
fix.
asking Jim because his thing is auto mechanics.
It might be an easy fix in the long run, but you're gonna have to pull a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah, not me.
And it's gonna cost a lot of money to get it pulled. I'm pretty sure you don't have to take the steering wheel off. It's probably the side of it's gonna have to come off. Well, you have to see if they got something on it. I'd tell you what, I'd just keep clicking it. Like right now, like I said, I got 4 lights on mine. But mine runs good. Every once in a while, its sensor doesn't read the timing right. Every once in a while, not much.
Yep.
Only when it sits there idling for a long time. If I give it just a little gas, it's fine. But if I let it idle for more than about 4 minutes, it may pick up the sensor wrong. I'll get underneath it in about another month, and I'm gonna get under there, change the oil, pull that screen down, and I may even pull a new starter in it. I might put the starter in it and change that sensor. Biggest thing I need to do is the in the back, what's it called? Can't remember what they call it. It's a whole setup. It's got the wheel bearings and everything in it. It's a whole unit. And it's just one little part that goes on there. But the problem is getting everything off of it. They got one screw. It's got to be a screw, not a bolt. And that sucker, we couldn't get it to budge. So last time we were in it, I just sprayed it and sprayed it and sprayed it, and we put it back together. Hopefully it messed up. And then the guy knows the mechanic, he said, should have sprayed it and let it for a while. I went back with a big screwdriver. I didn't have a big screwdriver. That was my thing. I didn't want to mess it up. He said, but you go get you a bigger screwdriver, put it there, and crack the hell out of it with a hammer. He said, you'll break it loose. So that's what they do.
Yep.
Did you
Last
hit it a
resort
couple
is
of
grab the
times?
torch.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
Say, oh, you don't want to move, do you? Well,
Yeah. Heat your ass up. We'll get it off.
Mhm.
hey, on this old thing, every bolt is a negotiation.
Yeah. Yeah, when they've been on for 15, 20 years, boy. Lord help you. That was my biggest thing when I was doing the manifold on the 2001 Lincoln. When we pulled that truck, it was about 2017, 18 when we did it. And when I got underneath there, I said, if it doesn't feel like it's going to turn, don't force it. We'll play with it, you know?
Oh no,
I don't
never
wanna-
force it. Just get a bigger hammer.
Yeah, I didn't want to break anything off in it, but everything worked. Everything came loose. Everything popped loose easy. The only problem I had was when Justin looks at me and he goes, remember when you told me not to drop anything that might fall in the engine? I said, yeah. He goes, well, I dropped something. I said, okay, way to go. Down that little hole right there. I looked down and I said, okay. Did he go past the valve? Go look. He said, we can get it. He said, I can see it. I'll just go get a magnet and dig it out. I said, what did you drop? And he goes,
Aluminum.
a little grommet that was holding the coil pack. I said, what color is it? He said, looks gold. I said, yeah, that's
Oh,
brass.
brass.
I said, well, we can get it with the magnet. I said, try it with the magnet. Brass doesn't work with a magnet.
Yeah, it's probably not magnetic.
No, it can't. It's just the metal. The metal won't pick it up.
Well, the only reason it could is if it was
Yeah.
lined by metal.
No, it wasn't. It was all brass. So I told him, I said, okay, well, let's finish what we're doing, clean everything up. And we were out there in the heat sweating. It was bad. My leg was getting burnt where the sun was coming through the tree, hitting my leg.
Wow.
You know, I said, and it took us about 2 hours to get everything apart because of one bolt in the back that took all three of us to figure out how to get back there and do it. And that bolt never got put back on. There was a little bracket. Didn't need it.
I would think that you, with your experience of dumpster diving, it wouldn't be a problem for you to figure it out.
And that was pre-dumpster dive.
Yeah,
We
it may be pre-dumpster, maybe before you actually did the dumpster diving, but I've heard stories you're a natural at dumpster diving. It's in the blood. You had those
Yeah, it
skills
might
before
be.
you ever put them to use.
You got a point, maybe. But these things only cost. The way these things only cost the price they cost. They don't worth it.
Brenda just told Crescio, is that Brian?
Warren.
Warren. Yeah, says, hello, Warren.
Here is show.
Hope you're staying out of trouble today. LOL. So is Warren always in trouble or what?
No, he's not. He's never in trouble. That's Akira show.
Yeah, Akira shot. Yeah.
Irrational. Well,
You're still working on your,
where is my large C-clamps?
where you left them.
Yeah.
I see my small ones. I've got my small ones. If they aren't here, let me look underneath my son's car.
Hey Donald, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this one. Okay? I'm gonna give you this one. I got these card things, right, to put the cards in, right? And I got 6 of the thick ones, right?
Uh-huh.
So I got these other ones in from Temu. They were real cheap. I knew they would be something. I'm not worried about them being thick. I just need them to cover it, right? So they come in and they're really kind of thin. So I said, well, I'm not going to give the 6 to Johnny to send out with the thick ones on. I'll just keep those 6. So instead of me just leaving the 6 alone and getting 6 cards and putting them in the other one, I'm taking them out of these to put them in that one. Then I got to put them back.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. I said, you got to. Well, you didn't hear me? You didn't hear me when I did it? I looked at it and I went, oh, you stupid. I said, you're stupid. I had 3 of them out. 3 of them out of this. And I said, I got to put them back. Why am I taking them out? Stupid.
Do they come out pretty easy?
That's not the point. I'm keeping the 6 like this.
He's
There's no
doubling
reason
his
for me to
work.
take. I'm
He-
taking them out and putting a different one back in.
He's doing
It's the
kind of
same one.
pointless work. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, why am I doing this? God, no. Well, at least I was. See, that's when you're doing something and you just muscle memory doing something.
Well, your case, it's probably muscle memory, and in my case, it's just memory. Cause it's like I can't remember half the time how to do things that I just did it,
All I know is, at least I stopped at my third one on the way out. You know, if I'd have done all six, I'd have just got off. I'd have never said anything. I'd have went and started drinking wine.
Warren says, he gave you some advice, Don. He says your C clamps are between your B and D clamps.
No, I never thought about looking there. Thanks for the advice.
I have to remember that one because my son's gonna say, "Where's your C clamp?" I'm gonna say between the B and D.
Well, I've got some C clamps. They're just my small ones, and they're not going to help me here.
But you want the big ones with it that open up?
Well, I got the small one was fine on one side, and I think I'm going to be able to rig this adjustable clamp here to catch the other side.
Now, are you gonna glue the stoppers on there, or how are you gonna attach them?
Yes, they will eventually be glued in. They'll just be epoxied in. Right now, I am
Just fitting it.
actually, these are not the stoppers right now. I'm epoxying in some angle aluminum scraps I had left over from the other thing that I had done with it. And so I figured I would put these on here just for some extra bracing in the center. Where did that? Oh, there it is.
Where did our friend Dominic go? I know he was driving his car a little while ago.
He's listening. Hey, Paul, I was at the store, man. Almost had an incident at the store. I was in the condiment aisle,
Still here.
and a couple of people were arguing, right? And this guy threw a jar of mayonnaise across the thing and almost hit me. Turned around and went, "What the hell, man?" You didn't get it, did you? Hellman's mayonnaise.
He threw
Oh.
it. He threw it at the other
Y'all
guy
must
and
have
almost hit you.
Hellman's mayonnaise. What the hell, man?
What the hell, man?
Because it's mayonnaise.
Well, what did you say to the guy besides that?
He still didn't get it.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Hellman's mayonnaise is a
Did you call the police for like assault?
Assault by a hellman.
No, he didn't throw any salt at me.
There's Dominic. Are you
Yeah.
walking? Are you walking now, Dominic?
Now I'm walking. Yeah, I've just parked the car and just walking, waiting for the supermarket to open. They're
What, are
open
you
an hour
just
later.
doing some regular shopping, or you got to go get something special?
No, just the regular weekly supplies.
Okay.
Hey, Dominic, why did the giraffe cross the road?
Why?
To avoid the elephant.
Okay. That's ugly as hell, but that should hold and glue well.
Well, that was a waste of $1.40.
Was that what the
I don't think
shipping
I-
was?
No,
Is
I
that how
think
much you
this-
paid for that
I got
joke?
Got a team, they had a joke, yeah. Timu, I got them on Timu because it was 100 of them. And it might have been $3 or $4. I figured, well, if they work, it works for what it's good. It's good to cover the thing so you don't damage the card, but it's not thick and not like I want it. I want it thick, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You want it like plexiglass.
Yeah, this is like a plexiglass one, this one. Where the other one, all the other one does, it's the same size of the card. And it's just thin plastic. You know, like just real thin. But it does, that means you'll probably protect it enough.
Oh, yeah, it's like unless they're gonna flash it around or throw it around or whatever, I would imagine that little plastic would be just fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Well, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give some to Johnny because he gives them in the sticker packs. When he
Okay.
gives away sticker packs, and these will be through the Mardi Gras season. Every time he has a show, I have one of them with the Mardi Gras colors on it. I only made 24 of them. And the first one was Series 1, 2024. This is Series 2, 2025 Mardi Gras.
Mm.
Because one of the things I still collect, and there's only a couple of places that still do it, is the Mardi Gras collector cards they have.
Mhm.
The organizations used to have a deck of cards they put out like this, like trading cards, with all
Yep.
the floats and all the theme and everything on it. And I'm only missing out of everyone that's ever been put out, maybe 10. I might be missing 10. And the only thing I am missing is the last couple of years, the Crew of Chaos, the Knights of Chaos. That's a Wednesday night crew that marches, and I haven't been going to it, so I don't get them. And there's a couple of years I can't find. It's easier for me just to find them on eBay later and pay $5 for them.
Hey, Dominic.
Yep.
Warren wants to know if, he says, Northside Hawk, do you call dude wipes, bloke wipes in Australia?
I don't know.
I don't know
We
what dude
generally
wipes
we call
are.
them baby wipes, actually.
Baby wipes.
Yeah. I've always called them baby wipes. Maybe it's just an Australian thing. I don't know.
Yeah, Jim, I'm not gonna mess with it. I just put up with it. Except the problem is if I'm making a turn, a right-hand turn, and there's oncoming traffic, it puts the bright lights on in the face.
Morning. Thank you. And away we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You get to go shopping with me.
Okay.
You buying some Vegemite?
Yeah. I forgot my earpiece. So don't say anything funny. Don't say anything. Strange.
Oh, better tell Don.
Yeah, I'm on.
Now
on
the
speaker.
store that you're in, do they sell Vegemite?
Actually, this is what do I call it? It's a place where they've got leftover stuff
Okay,
that
stuff on
I
sale.
don't- Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Stuff that's after the use by date, but before the expiry date,
Yeah, okay.
and just leftovers. I don't think I've seen Vegemite here, which is a real bugger because I need to get some more, but I can't be bothered. I've been doing this every Sunday for like 6 or 7 months. Come here and just get
See
the
what they got.
leftovers. Yeah, they've got some great leftovers, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So yeah. Because they've got, things like yogurt that are usually $6 and they're actually down to $2. So that's a pretty big saving, I reckon. Mm. Okay. What else have we got? Hmm. Ah, $5 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. Yeah, I'm in. Okay.
Here you go, Paul. South Louisiana during a snowstorm.
Oh, an airboat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's on the highway.
yeah. He's running down the highway.
That's funny. That must be the Cajun attitude. When
Yep.
all else fails, pull out the airboat.
Yep.
Yep.
Always. Jalapenos.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, sriracha. French mustard. What else have we got? Come back for that. Yeah, next week. Oh, okay. Noodles. What else have we got?
Shoot, my
Okay.
brother's on a cruise right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got a picture of him carrying a thing of protein drinks on board.
Okay, Jim,
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was going. That's the good thing, you know why? Because usually when I know he's going, it's because he needs me to watch the cat.
Oh, okay.
But the cat passed away last year, so that means I don't have to go over there now.
Hmm.
That was the one that every time I walked in there, it started meowing. I'd walk by to hiss at me and scratch at me, and I'd say, "I'm here to feed you," you know. I'll leave. I won't give you food. Gonna be mean to me.
Hmm.
The other one he used to have, Tiger. It was an orange cat. This
Oh,
cat,
okay.
this cat used to come over and he'd rub all on my foot and all against me. And if I didn't rub him back, he'd bite me on the toe and run.
That's ginger cat behavior.
Yeah, that's what it is, a
I've got
ginger
one of
cat.
those. Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
one of those. Ginger cat behavior.
yeah, He chased a squirrel up a tree one day. And he gets up to the top of the tree and he's up there meowing to get down, right? And I said, well, you brought your ass up there. He looks at me, just jumped off the tree right with all the claws out on the top of me.
Mm-hmm.
I should have moved out the way. He'd have been fine. But I tried to catch him. Then he put every claw. When I went to catch him, he put every claw out.
Well, he wasn't putting them out to hurt you. He was putting them out so he could grab you.
That's what he did. He grabbed me too. I'm about to throw him back up the tree. It got that squirrel so mad that was when I was in a FEMA trailer behind my brother's house for a while. It got that squirrel so mad that squirrel would sit on top of the tree, and when I come out, he throw the pine cones at me.
He was trying to feed you.
My kids would say, "There's no way." I said, "Watch." I went out and stood there and looked up. And I said, "Get out the tree," and he would go up there, grab a pine cone, and drop it. Now maybe he was paying rent, maybe.
Oh, yeah. P. Okay. Oh, Ribena. Jesus. Haven't seen that in years.
Nah, he was just well trained, Joe.
Okay.
Ooh, that article. Gotta go look at it. I didn't know what pictures went in last night. Because I didn't see, it took a while for them to get them in today. Let me go look. Yeah, Joe's got a way of writing these stories up.
Mm-hmm.
And his story for this one, let me get the headline of it. It's not gonna make people happy.
So I think all of them, I say three more. And what is this one?
It says the more desperate team won the Mandeville Covington District Showdown. The more desperate team. And that's really the truth.
You thought I was joking. I sounded convincing.
Yeah, both teams are right outside the non-district select playoffs. And you lose it, you're probably not getting back in. And they won, so they're hanging in. That's what the coach said. I think the more desperate team won, honestly. Coach said that. Yeah, I'll show you the pictures, Paul.
I'm going to be asking this carpet on this thing be covering up a lot of issues. It's ugly right now.
So you're gonna hide the issues, huh?
Well, yeah, I'm counting on the carpet to smooth over a lot. That's how every project is. So it's ugly until you start getting it to the finishing stages, and then that's when it starts looking okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here are my 5 shots, Paul. Got that one.
Yeah.
And they took that one because it was a defensive one.
Yeah.
That's one of the guys going up the center.
Now that's your team is in white, right?
Yeah, he's going up. That's a guy. He's a freshman. He's real good. He had a bunch of 3 points. That was one of Covington's guys going up, and it used it because it's a defensive look, and in that one another defensive look.
Well, what you might explain to everybody that's watching these is that your team is the white team, and the final score was.
Final score was, I have no idea. I gotta look. I don't pay attention to the score. I really don't. 50-41. Mandeville won.
Oh, good to hear.
Actually, it was 50, wait, 55-50. That was it. 55-50.
Okay. So you won?
Yeah, they won. That wasn't the final
good.
score.
Good to hear. You win.
It was.
You win. Yeah, I think
I
that's
take a
it.
picture of the score. That's the only way I remember it.
Mhm.
Because I'm out there worrying about the pictures more than worrying about anything else. There was 60-51 was the final score. I wasn't even close. Yeah, Mandeville outscored them 21-7 in the third period. That's where they won it. It was 18-18 in the first, 15-11
Hey,
the
Ron.
scoring. Hey, Ron, what's up? Yeah, Mandeville won it in the third period. That's when they won it.
Okay, Ron's here. I'm gonna go. I always say that, but I never leave.
Uh-huh.
I should start leaving every once in a while just to keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Well, you just didn't want to hurt Ron's feelings, that's all.
Well, I was successful at my elk hunt.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got me a big old elk. This is the machine we went out on here. You can see this.
Oh, boy, look at that.
Yeah.
It's 32 old.
It's got the almost like the snowmobile tracks on it.
Yep, yep.
We went through some pretty darn deep snow. Then,
So where you gonna put it?
oh, actually, I'm not gonna mount this one. Not gonna taxidermy this one. Let me see. Let me reshare. Oops. And there's the elk.
I know. I
Wow, he is big. He's almost like a horse.
Yeah. About 2 foot of snow.
You can see that.
Yeah, it was deep. And beautiful day out though. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Was
Well,
he
that's the
all
same.
alone out there?
no, my buddy was with me. That was his.
Oh, no, the deer.
No,
Yeah.
I don't. Elk. There was 4 others. We saw a bunch that day. But yeah, it was a good hunt.
I guess you got a bunch of meat coming.
Yeah, I think I'm guessing somewhere about 150 to 200 pounds of meat.
Hey,
So yeah, once I shot it, and then once we waded through the snow, I'm like, oh dear God, what did I do? How are we going to get this thing out of here? Yeah, it was a challenge. Oh.
Now, do you gut it on location or what?
No, we gutted it out, yeah. That actually took out, I bet you 100 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They're huge, huge animals. And I went over to the butcher and I didn't never realized it, but the males especially are better supposedly, but they have 2 teeth in the back that are almost like they're almost like pearls, like ivory tusks, from an elephant.
Oh,
And people will pull them out, save them. You clean them up a little bit, and then they say stick them in your pocket for like a couple weeks as you walk around, and it shines them up. And people make jewelry out of them, and yeah,
oh.
yeah. Pretty cool though.
So you went hunting with the guy. Did he get anybody? Get anything?
No, he got his a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah, because you can only shoot one, right?
Yeah. Yep.
For Huron, we see lots of clouds. We can expect a high of 28 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 17 degrees.
An interesting call yesterday at work.
Really?
Had got called for a 4-month-old baby. That was,
Oh, well, I don't like that.
and kind of pretty bad respiratory problems. Kept referring, sometimes at that age you can't tell, but parents kept referring to it as her. I'm like, okay. And the mother said she needs her diaper changed before we go. Well, when they removed the diaper, and I'm like,
It was a he.
it was a he. And I said, ma'am, I thought you said this is your daughter. It is. Okay. At that point, I just,
Did you just let go, or did you explain it to her?
Did you say lean forward?
no, I just, in fear of something with my job, I just,
Yeah, it's a shame.
What you might want to, what you could have said, Ron, was your daughter has a penis.
yes, it was an outie instead of an innie.
Yep.
I
That
can't make
probably
this
wouldn't
shit
have gone
up,
over good either.
Right there.
but
Or when you got to the hospital, what you do is tell them, yeah, this is their daughter, and I think it's something wrong because it's got a penis.
yeah. And I was very careful because the mother obviously wanted to come with us and couldn't deny that. So, en route to the hospital, you got to make a radio report to the hospital
Yep.
coming and what you have. And
He
all
said,
I
well,
said was 4-month-old infant. I didn't say male or female, just to kind of, I'm thinking, please hope that sometimes the nurses will ask questions or the doctor will ask questions like,
don't ask me.
yeah, don't ask this one. Is it a male or female?
Well, Ron, it makes me wonder if maybe that's somebody else's baby and it got switched at the hospital and they
No,
took the
it's
wrong
not.
one home.
No,
I
guarantee it's
wasn't
not.
sure what the hell, but
4-month-old respiratory.
baby's
4-month-old
they
female
referred
with
to
a penis
baby's
with
name as
respiratory
Sissy.
problem.
They
Lord.
named him Sissy.
Yep.
That'll go over big in high school.
Yeah. Get his ass beat about every day at school.
Yeah, that's an interesting call for sure. I give you a lot of compliments for restraining yourself, but when I was doing ambulance, if that would happen, I would have said, your daughter here's got a penis.
Yeah.
And then just say, you might tell them there's a problem when you get to the hospital,
Yeah. Ain't the baby, it's the mother and dad.
Did the parents seem all right, or they seem a little squirrely?
They were a little squirrely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds about like, right, and they named him Sissy.
Stop. Stop.
Well, that'll give you something to talk about with the other drivers.
Yeah. Mm.
Now, did you took him to the hospital emergency room?
Hmm.
When you go back, you can ask the nurse, whatever happened with Sissy?
I'm gonna ask tomorrow. Yeah. Yep, gonna ask that question tomorrow because inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
Mhm. It couldn't have been any worse than the one I had. When we had the woman there were two units were sitting out there, and there's a woman on a water tower gonna jump. And we never transported her before, but we heard that she was coming from one of the mentals. And she was up there and she wanted to talk to her pastor. And so they Jefferson Parish sitting around, they walked back over and they said, "We tried to call your pastor, he wouldn't answer." And that's not the thing to say.
Oh,
We
did
just
she-
looked at each other.
Did she jump?
No, let me tell you what happened. So we looked at each other and said, "Oh Lord, get everything ready." So they said, "Come down, we'll bring you over to his house." She said, "Okay." So she starts coming down. And she gets down about 4 steps at a time, and then she looks to see where she's at. And I looked over at Vic, one of my Maldonado, and I said, get ready to go. She's gonna jump when she gets to the height she thinks she'll be all right. I said, because if she wanted to die, she'd jump from that one right now. So she got down to where she's about maybe 20 feet and let go. Went straight down, right? So I'm in the unit getting everything ready. They got everything. They getting her back in the unit with stretchers and everything, spine board, the whole works. And we're working on her. And Vic was a senior guy there. He's calling it in, and I didn't realize that he was calling it in. I had my back, and I thought he had come off the mic. I thought I heard the mic come off, and he said, "So and so, female went through the whole works, right? Attempted suicide." And I heard the mic, and I thought he had killed the mic, but his finger slipped and he hit it again. And I said, "She wasn't trying to kill herself." I said, "The bitch looked down before she jumped." I said, "She knew where she was jumping from. She wasn't trying to kill herself." Went over the air.
Yeah.
That didn't go over well.
No.
Well, she was looking for the attention.
Oh, that's what she was doing. She wasn't trying to die. If she wanted to die, she'd have come off the top. But I said that, and everybody got quiet. I turned around and they went, "The mic was open." I went, "Oh, really? Thank you." Thank you. And the good news is that I grew up with the guy that was the dispatch at the time. He said he tried to kill it, but he couldn't kill it fast enough. He said he got across, and sure enough, I get back there and Eddie, the supervisor, sitting there and says, "Somebody got to tell me who it was." He said, "I already know." I said, "Yeah, it was me." He goes, "Okay. Only thing we got to worry about is her, if she says something." I said, "Okay." He said, "Don't do that again." But we were out there for 4.5 hours waiting for her to decide to do something. It kind of taxes on you,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have handled that one, Ron. I don't know if I wouldn't have said something.
Oh, trust me, I I guess it's, you know, the point, I need my job. There's so much more I want to do, and you know, the habits I have are not cheap.
Oh, yeah.
You mean your personal addiction?
Yeah. Cameras, drones, Alaska trips. Shit ain't cheap.
I think I'd have gone through that report and gone through well, like you, the whole report like you, and then it got to the end of it said, and we also have a secondary, the 4-month-old female has a penis. I think I'd have put it in there like that.
Ah, fuck.
One of the things I brought up to the bosses is there is I think it's a nationwide charting software, you know, in other words, we call it patient care report. After every patient, you know, you got to write a chart about what you're dispatched for, what you
Yeah.
found, and what you did. And a lot of demographics go in there, times and locations, and you know, but the name of this program is called Image Trend, and it's pretty popular. I think a lot of states use it, but Wyoming has its own version of that program. It's kind of adjusted to, you know, what we want for the state of Wyoming. In the original software, the original part of that program, when you get down to the male female thing, it has, you know, you get these drop down boxes. You got to select this and drop down box, select that. But the original program has what's it? I think it's a preferred? Yeah, something about preferred sex or preferred identification or something.
Yes. I'm glad I got out. Yeah, I probably wouldn't keep it. You know, something would give me. I'll tell you what, I was lucky I didn't get fired on that one, but I was also lucky I didn't get fired on the other guy. He was a paraplegic, and it was a hostage situation that we were called on, and we're sitting about a block from the scene, and they got SWAT out and everything else, and he's in the house threatening to kill his wife and everything, and he's all upset because his wife wanted to leave him because he became a paraplegic, like that. That was the whole reason behind it. And they said, and I'm sitting out there, and worst part about it, what did it? I'm working with my cousin. We're working together, and his girlfriend is a ride along because she's in training, which is the worst thing we could have ever done. You know, bringing her involved, and she's trying to be sensitive to the situation. Well, the guy, you know, he's got hurt feelings. Shut up. He's saying, shut up. The guy's threatening his wife. You know, we got to deal with that. Don't worry about his feelings. You know, he said, we're worried about what happens to whoever. So they get into an argument about it. So they're on the side arguing. So now that's starting to bother me too. I'm sitting there and I'm saying, well, I don't kind of blame him either, you know. You know, the cops are saying the same thing. And I'd have shot him by now too, you know, like that. And the cops are saying the same thing. And the sniper's sitting in the back. And he said, I have a clear shot. Do you want me to take him? And they come back negative. And they come back. Well, he's picking the gun up. Is next to his head. Do you want us to take him out? No, negative. He's pointing the gun somewhere. You want me to take him out? Negative. It's going on all night. We're out there about 5 hours. So we're sitting there, and finally they said, okay, that's it. We got one guy that does the prone positions and shoots out the street light so they can get the SWAT team in. They go in there, and the reason they did that is the wife shows up. He's in there by himself.
Ah,
The wife wasn't there. Nobody was in there with him. So they decided to go get him. And I don't know what he took. We still don't have a clue. But we get this guy, and he comes to the door finally, and they bring him out in a wheelchair, and he's sitting there, and my cousin's still arguing with his girlfriend. And we got the unit all ready to go, and it's my patient, right? So we're starting to get everything together. I look over at him, he slumps over and it just falls out in the wheelchair. I can't get a pulse. I said, oh, come on. So we get him in the unit, and all of a sudden I'm feeling a pulse. So he comes to. So I don't know what that was. I still haven't figured it out. Nobody figured it out. So he comes to, and he starts screaming at me. And we got a brand new cop. We got a brand new cop there from Jefferson Parish. And he's sitting there, and the guy's screaming at me, let me up from here, and all of this stuff. And he's strapped down. So he starts spitting at me. So I got my clipboard like this, blocking the spit. And I tell the cop, throw a sheet over him for me. So they throw a sheet over him. I cover him. Now he's cursing me out, giving me all kind of problems. Okay, we're driving, and I'm trying to run a line, trying to do everything. And all of a sudden, he slumps over again. And I said, okay, he's faking it. And I reach over. I can't find a pulse. I said, you got to be kidding me. And that's how Robert stopped. Can't find a pulse. He said, what do you mean? I said, Robert, stop. Like that. He said, what? I said, I don't have a pulse. So he stops. I pull the sheet off of him. And I mean, I could not find his pulse, Ron. He's looking at me, and he starts spitting at me again. I still don't know how he was doing this. But I'm not finding it anywhere. And he's going off on me. I said, Robert, just drive. So we got him covered up again and everything. And I've got the pulse, now. I don't know how he did this. So we get him to the hospital, and he's screaming at me, I was in the Marines. I'm going to rip your head off, and this is what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to do with the hole. That's what he's telling me. You can imagine. So he goes through all of this, and I've had enough of it. We get to the hospital. They bring him in the room, into the emergency section, put him aside, into the trauma room. And I look up, and Melissa, the girlfriend, standing over there talking to him. I said, Robert, get your girlfriend. You got to go. And he was going off on me. So I'm sitting on the side, and he turns around, sees me, starts screaming, yelling again. Let me up. I want to go rip his head off, and I want to do this with his neck and all of this. I said, dude, let me ask you a question. Why was your wife leaving you? If you could do that, she wouldn't have left you. Like that. Everybody just turned around and looked at me. Melissa looked at me, and she was turning all kind of colors, and the guy just got quiet. I said, now, stay here and see what they're going to do with you. And I walked out. Robert said, that was the coldest thing I ever heard in my life. I said, yeah, it was. I can't go through every step I said in there, but I said a lot. I said, dude. And I told Melissa, I said, don't try to be EMT. You're not going to do it. You can't do it. I said, go work for us. We have a company called Acadian back then. That was like the secondary one. So go work for Acadian.
They were a pretty big outfit.
Oh, they're big now.
Yeah.
They took over everything. But I told them, that was when Acadian was just starting out. I said, go work for Acadian. I said, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're like huge now.
Oh, yeah. They recruited me a couple of times, but nobody wanted to go to them. Because I was with American Medical Response and then working for West Jefferson Hospital. So I had the hospital gig, which was a great one. And it was 90% transports with American Medical Response. At West Jefferson was 90% 911 emergencies. Very seldom yet. And the only transport we did get sometimes is that they couldn't get somebody to transfer like a kid to Children's Hospital. And they make us go. That's the only time they couldn't get somebody fast enough. They said, y'all take them. That was the only transports we got. Stuff like that. Everything we did was all emergency 911 calls. That was one of the best ones. Because you knew you weren't going to just pick up somebody and bring them to Dallas's, you know, it's like, you knew everything was gonna be a little bit different. And you knew what you were doing was basically, it was very needed, you know, it needed to be done. My cousin still, he's over at West Wego, which is right down the street from West Jefferson. And he's been a director over there for, shoot, gotta be 20 years, 25 years. He tried to get me to go over there about 15 years ago. He said, you gotta come over. We're getting commissioned. I said, what do you mean you're getting commissioned? He said, we're gonna be cops. I'll get you over here and you can become a cop and work with us. I went, yeah, really, huh? And then he called me about 2 weeks later and said, they're not doing it. They're not doing the commissions. He said, you still come over. We need people. I said, nope. I said, I'll come over. I'll get a cop, be a cop, you know? But they were going to be the just medical cops, you know, be commissioned, be very secondary, just medical. The only when you need it. Because they started doing that all over the West Bank and New Orleans. Gretna and West Jeff didn't do it, but Gretna and West Wego was going to do it. And what was the other little town? Bridge City, they were going to do it too. They were trying to commission all of these little places. Bell Chase. You have an ambulance with a blue light.
Well, the blue used to always be law enforcement.
Yeah. The ambulance and those departments. Gretna is the only one right now with the commission. All the paramedics are commissioned. And they run with blue lights, all the ambulances.
We have red and blue.
Yeah, red and blue is what,
Yeah, down here it's all red.
red, white, and
Down-
blue.
Back in
Yeah, it's all-
Pennsylvania, it was all red.
Yeah.
I think it's red and blue. Yeah.
You know, I've been seeing a lot on YouTube. I watch all kinds of. I'm kind of a crime show junkie and watch a lot of cop shows and like police cases and stuff. It's amazing the amount of police impersonators out there. And these guys get busted all the time.
It doesn't take, it's easy to get busted, not doing that.
Yeah. They keep doing it. Oh my goodness, guys. Well, might pack it in early tonight. I'm
Okay,
tired.
Ron. Yeah, I think we're probably not gonna be on too much longer. 11 people watching and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got home
and
about.
And Dominic shopping.
I'm driving now.
Oh, you're driving now, okay.
Yeah.
You get a whole bunch of good deals.
Yeah. I spent like $20 Australian and got probably $150 worth of stuff.
There you go.
I got about a kilo of ground beef, as you would call it, and they were made into pre-made patties. I think there was 8 of them. It was only $5.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen meat there. They usually don't do meat. They do vegetarian stuff mostly.
Uh-huh.
But they're all, vegetarian stuff is always a good entree or side dish.
Yeah,
I've noticed. Always good to use that as a side dish, and then you have your meats, your cured meats, or
yeah, Ron's yawning, he's gotta pack it in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long couple days and I gotta go back again tomorrow.
You go to work tomorrow?
Yep.
What time do you have to leave to go?
Well, the roads are good now, so I probably won't leave till about 5:30. But
It still comes early.
yeah. Oh. Oh my
Big
goodness.
star.
Okay, okay, everybody. I think we're gonna pack it in, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, everybody, take care. We'll see all of you in the morning.